My name is Ibrima Sonko, and today I have a drawing tutorial for you. In this tutorial, we will be going through step by step how to become web developer. Using this tutorial completely, you'll be able to do something like completing this tutorial, you'll be able to develop your own website and stuff like that. So assuming that I am a new person, so what I will do is that I find a learning place in the internet, example like JetBrain. They have a tutorial that you go through it. When you learn it step by step, they give you practical. When you solve the problem, you go to the next one. When you solve it, you go to another one. Upon completing it before you realize, you are done. So the last few topic one I have already finished that is called hypertext. As you can see around here, you see this place. It's called hypertext transfer protocol. I have already finished that section. So now I'm in another section. I'm going to be reading it, solving the practical in front of you. I have this for the whole of the 3 month free trials. So I'm in the track of front-end development where I will be learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and some basics of React and Node. So let's start it. What is HTTP? When you decided to check out your friend's video on social network, or leave them a message, watch a funny video with kitchens, or find the meaning of an unknown term in the search engine, the device that's the client you from which you surf the internet, send a request to the server, and receive a response from it. A client is a customer of a service, and a service is a computer that serves user or another computer. It can be located remotely, tens of thousands of kilometers away from you. The technology, when the network loads, is distributed between server and server. Customer is called client-server architecture. This is the diagram. Here it's you. This is you. You see, this is the client. Now, your friend send you a video. It make a request to the server, and the server respond with your request to you, to the client. You see the arrows? So this is how the basic of HTTP protocol works. So the data exchange between the client and the server take a place due to the HTTP. The HTTP stands for Hypertext Transform Protocol. A protocol is a set of rules and conversations that define a uniform way to exchange data between different programs and handle errors. A protocol is a set of specific rules by which programs or devices communicate with each other. That's the best definition. Like a waiter in a restaurant, it accepts your request, no? Text them to the server and process them and come to back to you with a response. It's the same as when you go to a restaurant with your boyfriend and then you are sitting down, you call a waiter and then she came and then you guys make a request and she go to the kitchen and then she respond back what you want. So in this case, you are the client, you make a response to the server is the waiter, and the server bring back your response from the server. So the waiter bring back your response as the server from the kitchen, and then give you back whatever you want, you know. So you are the client there. So I hope you understand the basic of HTTP protocol. So let's go to the next section. Allora, so HTTP history. HTTP was developed by a scientist and CRN employee, Dan Bernard-Lee. That's the name. The idea of the World Wide Web. Work on protocol continued for 2 years, and in March 1991, HTTP was used as a technology to help access documents on the internet and facilitate hypertext navigation. This was protocol version 0.9. It was designed to optimize communication between the client and the server on the network. After the appearance of the HTTP 0.9 version standard, a separation of function between the client and the server appeared during their interaction. Currently, the most recent version of protocol is HTTP version 2.0, released in 2015. Prior to that, HTTP version 1.1, released in 1999, was used for as a long as 16 years, So that was very, very long. So this standard satisfied everyone for many years because of its innovation. With the advent of HTTP version 1.1, the transfer of requests from client to server was greatly accelerated. Not all sites have switched to HTTP version 2 yet, but browsers support both new and old standards. Wow. So, what is HTTP? Despite the great functionality and popularity of HTTP, there is one drawback: data is transmitted in an unsecure form. This flow can be critical when it comes to paying for punches over the internet or sending password data. No user wants their confidential information to be linked in. To make the internet space safer, the programmers decide to develop an add over HTTP, which help to avoid data intersection by encryption. The HTTP extension is called HTTP and stands for Hypertext Transform Protocol Secure. HTTPS provides a secure connection between the user browser and the web server. Often the browser window displays a green address bar or log indicating encrypted data transfer. You can also check the address bar of your web browser to see if you have secure connection. It should show the same thing like I was having it on top of here. You can see hyperskill. There's a log there. It's telling me that this is very secure. So a modern browser supports HTTP. Internet users do not need to configure the extension separately. It's automatically enabled if necessary. So at the current moment, the most popular browsers such as Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge mark all the connection of HTTP as secure. Okay, start practicing. So like I was saying, we are in JetBrain Academy. We read the text, we read whatever they give us, and then we read the question, we answer them. This is how we'll be doing until we reach to the final destination of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and basic of React and basic of Node. So Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the education platform. Try to guess which protocol extension is used on this education platform. I know you must know the answer already. Hypertext Transform Protocol, the educational platform. Try to guess which protocol extension is used on this education platform. CPO one. Let me see. CPO. Not correct. Let me see this. I thought a protocol extension is not full name of the extended protocol. Question as name of protocol, not its extension. Oh, really? Try to guess which protocol extension is used in education platform. No, this is not an extension, but it's a protocol. Protocol extension, not extension. So yeah, so hope it does. Very, very easy. It does, guys, and have click on your address bar one or two names. Are you trolling me? My trolling? Are you serious now? I'm reading the comment of the people who have already done this and they passed. I thought that I will have answers. Let me use the hints. Use the hints in the problem description. Other learners may. Well, I don't even have the answer. How can I make the hints? Try to guess which protocol extension is using on the educational platform. Can we read this back again? What is HTTP? HTTP history. That is within yeah, no, because it's a set of this is in there. Is that then I'm see the phone the phone HTTPS. HTTPS start practice. Visual specialness activity. So okay. It's called HTTPS. Let me see whether that's correct. Please don't do this to me because I'm also working. Or there we go. We got this. You see, this is the beauty about web development. When you have one question, when you have one answer, you keep on laughing yourself. You enjoy yourself. It's one of the best things to be learning how to code because no one is going to do rompere di quagliano for you, just like what Italians used to say. No one is going to fuck with you. You're always laughing, by yourself. Okay, enough. What is this? Emilia is a developer. Okay, let me say my name. Ibra is a developer of a large social network where people can create their own profile, communicate with friends, and share photos, just like Facebook. Okay. So she transfer the site to HTTP. Of course, yes, she. Of course, she. I don't know. No. Yeah, she should transfer to HTTPS to make communication secure. She should transfer to HTTP to make the site fast, but I think the answer is she should transfer to HTTPS to make the connection secure. Let's see. Go, 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 go. Okay, that's cool. Allora, Nila want to create her own payment system. Should she use HTTP? Of course, yes, she should. HTTP technology is outdated. Who tells it's outdated? Of course, she should use it because no one wants to link this data. Okay, Hypertext transfer protocol. The advantage of HTTPS, this protocol is not delaying before sending a response from the receiver. This avoids sending response from the receiver. HTTPS provides secure data transfer. HTTPS is outdated and no longer needed to be learned and used. HTTPS has an algorithm that cuts down on unnecessary data. It allows you to avoid requests of the clients. I think the correct one is HTTPS provide a secure data transfer. That is the most advantage. Let's see. Yeah, that's the truth, but I'm sure it's correct one. See, told you. I know you have it too. Hello, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, emergency of HTTP. Why was HTTP created? Because HTTP data transfer was slow. Who tell you that? Because HTTP data transfer was limited, because HTTP data transfer was unscripted, all the above. Why was it? Because HTTP transfer was unscripted. So that is why they introduced the HTTPS to make it encrypted. Unscripted means it was not secure, and encrypted means it was secure. So this is why now they created it to make it secure. See, I know you also got it. I know. Okay. Okay. Hypertext transform protocol not secure. Bob went to site running on HTTP protocol and saw a warning, not secure, not secure, in his browser. I was even seeing that today earlier on in the workplace. We were using a browser that was telling me that was not secure, and I was seeing this safer was run locally on the browser, and the browser was not secure. I was even telling myself that this safer is it running on the safer, this browser is it even running on safer or running on the browser or running on the this local machine. I cannot even understand. And we were using, and that is a computer in the workplace. I was even looking at it, studying at it for a long time, but I cannot even see the differences. But I guess now I know the HTTP protocol. What is in okay now? We say boom. Bob went to a site running on HTTP protocol and saw a warning not secure in his browser. What is the meaning of that? This site steal information received by visitors? No. This site use machine learning algorithm? No. Data transfer only resources occur without encryption. This site was encrypted by scammers? No. This site was found to be stealing illegal material? No. On some web page of this site, there is a material that is not allowing of viewing in currently? No. So the data transfer on these resources occur without encryption. Yeah, I think you also get it. I know you get it. There we go. You are in my team. Make 5 yeah. Oh, that is it. That's your hand on my hand. You just clap. Okay. Hypertext transfer protocol, the technology. Okay. What is the name of the technology that balances the workload between the server and the customer? What is the name of the technology that balances the workloads between the server and the customer? Server user server, client server, customer server. Wait. Hypertext transfer protocol, the technology. Okay, what is the name of the technology that balances the workload between the server and the customer? Between the server and the client. You are the client. You make a request to the server. And the client, server user, client server. Let me see, client. Client server. See, I know you also got it. Trust me. I already know because we all read it together. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP abbreviation. Hypertext Transfer Protocol is a Hypertext Transfer Protocol. I don't need to even Hypertext Transfer Protocol. I was even using this word all over and over and over. Oh, run to story plan, next, select next project. Here, that is it. That is where we are. So we completed this. This is 1/3. So we are still on stage 1, and we need to learn all these basics first before we go. So I'll be making records of this video over and over until we finish all these single projects inside each section, from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Node. So stay with me. This is going to be a long series. Okay. Let's finish this other one first. Open topic. Okay. Open topic. Yeah. What is URL? Imagine all files on the internet are located in megalopolis. Each of them lucky to be living in their own home. Given the scale of the internet, in the resulting settlement, there will be an unimaginable number of blocks and streets. For example, an interesting article which you want to share with your friend live in one of the houses. How do you explain where exactly to find this article? This is right. Okay, you need to come with a single standard by which you could name all the address in the city, and then give your friend the street name and house number, just like in a real city. Okay. All documents on the internet have a personal address. For example, the URL of the JetBrain website, like this. Okay. Web pages, images, video, and other documents that can be stored on your computer also have address. To make them look the same on the internet, in 1990, the creator of the World Wide Web developing a special standard that defined that address should look like. The standard is called URL, which stands for Uniform Resources Locator. Okay. URL stands for Uniform Resources Locator. It represents the standardizing way of recording files address on the internet. The standard has one specific feature: not all characters can be used in URLs. The list of characters are allowing that include Latin alphabet or English alphabet symbols. We have also cyrillic alphabet, numbers, reserving character with specific meaning, like this example like this. Unreserving characters also like this. Okay. So let's go to the next section. Let us see the basic structure of URL. Okay. Here is an example of a URL. Okay. You see, this is HTTP, the Hypertext Protocol. Okay. This is the material.io. That is the domain name where the exact website is living on. And design, material, team, all those are parts, parts, different part or different pages or different links inside this website, which is called material.io. So we have material theming is the anchor back of everything. You know what I mean? So the URL address has a certain structure based on the following template. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at this template in more detail. The protocol is a way of exchanging data with a resource. You are probably most familiar with the HTTP and HTTPS protocols, but there are others also. Login and password are prefixes that transmit authentication data for some protocols if necessary. We also have host is the domain name or the IP address where the site is located. Domain is the name of the site. IP is the address in a network. Okay, we also have the port. The port is requiring for connection within the specified host. The official port for HTTP connection is 80, and the alternative is 8080. But it's possible to use another port too. The default setting is HTTP S is 443. Normally let's stop here for a while. Let me just reflect myself on when I was very young in our village. Very few people have telephone, and these people, when they wanted to connect to the internet, their phone supposed to be configured at certain port using these kind of protocols, configuration of the ports with the 8080, just like what I'm explaining here, because the port requires some kind of connection within the specified host. So when I was trying to help them to fix that, I charged them with some money because I know how to do it and they don't know how to do it. So I take their phone, I went in the settings, configuration, internet connection, I make some port 8080 and then off the phone, reset it and come back and then everything was fine. They were like, oh, come on, you are genius, you are great. I was like, oh no, Google was genius and great, not me. I didn't learn everything in my own. I just learned it in Google. Hey, but believe me, whatever I learn, whatever I know all things that I know right now thanks to Google. I learned a lot from Google than school. Believe me. Yes, say that to your friends. I learned a lot from Google than school. Anyway, enough about me. Let's go together and finish this topic. So we are now bunching in the path that indicate the exact address of the particular file or a page within a domain, just like what we are seeing here, material.io. Um, Request parameter, a parameter transmitted to the receiver depending on request parameter. The site may slightly change its display. For example, it's possible to sort the times of a list in different order and allows you to connect a specific part of a web page or document. This is the general structure of any URL, most often when accessing the web page and document located on the web server. Most of the parameters are not mandatory and are set automatically. When you just want to see a particular page on the internet with your browser, the URL template looks a lot easier. For example, it can be recorded in form of HTTPS ://www.google.com. You see, all these are examples of the protocol that we are just talking about. The simplification was created to make life easy for ordinary internet user, but most programmers need to know the complete template, and now you do also. So let's finish this section and go to another section which is called absolute and related URLs. As we know, a URL consists of several parts, and when you are browsing through the same site, some element of it stays the same with the ID you want to read about on the JetBrains. Okay, and the protocol and the ports, the host part of URL always match HTTP. Example, HTTP ://jetbrain.com. For example, let's look at this link. When you just click on this link, it's going to take you to the pie chart, the background, and so many different parts inside the JetBrain website. The new information in each link is the path. You see there are many paths inside their website. This exists another way to locate resources on the same site by a path request parameter anchor. The full URL is known as the absolute, and we call it as relative in short-term counterpart. Okay, you should remember that it will work only on the same site, while you cannot refer to another site by relative path. Every time you follow the link with a relative URL, it will expand to absolute, where all paths include everything from protocol to port which match the resources you are using this time. Okay, we know that by absolute URL, we can easily find the resources through the internet, but why do we need the relative path at all, since they will be transformed in absolutely anywhere there are the main reasons that they are that there are many reasons for that. Just example like they are short, you can easily move the site to another host. They are also titled for fast and retrieve the browser. Okay, we need to finish this conclusion and then go to another place. This was nice, and then let's start the practice. I know it's useless to be reading all this, but it's a fun way for me. It's a fun. I like it, you know. So HTTP URL. So the URL structure match part of the URL structure to their value. Oh, there we go. We have a lot of problem here. Okay. Protocol required for connection within the specified host. Okay, okay. The domain name or IP address on which the server or site is located. Number two is local. Host parameter that are transmitted to the server. Or indicate the exact address of particular file page. No, that is supposed to be the path. Path indicate the exact address of a particular file to the page. Ports allows you to link to a specific part of the web page or document. Request parameter. Allora, I think we're supposed to go back and read these short things. Okay. Protocol is a way of exchanging data with a resource. You are probably most familiar with HTTP and HTTP, but there is another. Okay. Okay. The protocol is a way of exchanging data. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله الحمد لله لا إله إلا الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله الحمد لله الحمد لله. It's time for prayer. You all know that I'm a Muslim. It's time for prayer. Where did I stop? I stopped here. Okay, reading. Protocol is a way of exchanging data with a resource. You are probably most familiar with HTTP and HTTP's protocol, but there are others. It's a way of exchanging data with resources. Okay, that's protocol. Prefixes that transmit authentication data for some protocols is necessary. Host is a domain name or IP address where the site is located. Domain is in okay. Port is the host is the domain name. Port is required for connection within the specified host. So path indicate the exact address. Okay. So path indicate exact address. Port require the connection within the specified host. Host is the name of the IP address where the domain is located. And then the path indicate exact address. The request parameter, a parameter transmitted to the receiver depending on the request parameter. The site may slightly change display and will allow you to connect to the specific part of the web page document. Where are we? We should start practicing. Let's see, how are we going to manage this? Require for connection within the specific host. Require for connection, what is this one? The domain name or IP address on which the server or site is loaded. That is called the host. That is called the host. The host is the domain name or IP address where the server or site is located. That is the host. Indicate the exact address of the particular page. That is the port. Path allows you to link a specific part of the web document. This prefix transmit authentication data of some protocol if necessary. that is not uh, way of sharing data with the resources. Way of exchanging. I think this is supposed to come here. Way of exchanging data and query processes. Protocol. What is the protocol? Require for connection within the specific host. Let's send it and see. I know it's going to be failed. So we go and read this again. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. The easiest way to spell is this. Okay. When it's open here, this is the answer. So we go for reading. Okay. Um, so what is here? You come here. This is the easiest way to spell. So let's go and look for protocol. It's a way of exchanging data with a resource. You are probably okay. It's a way of exchanging data with a resource. Require connection with the solution host now. Indicate the exact address. Address are specific way of exchanging resources. So this is the protocol. Indicate is a way of exchanging resource. That's all. Way of exchanging resource. Way of exchanging resource. Okay. Way of exchanging resource. That's protocol. But you should understand this and do it by your own. Don't be just like me who spell things exactly what I'm doing. Um, my energy is not much focused on this, but for me, I focus on my coding. The definitions. I don't focus on them because web development is never ever ending learning. Whenever I want to need something, when I don't know what is protocol, I just go to Google. I say what is protocol. Google tell me instant, even in the middle of the work at workplace. So never stop Googling. So I don't depend on reading all this. What I depend on practical and curiosity, knowledge, and do some kind of patterns and build something cool. You know what I mean? Practice is the best, and keep on reading documentation also. Anyway, enough about me. Let's go on spelling. Login and password. Login password are prefixes that transmit authentication data for some protocols. Okay, prefixes transmit authentication. This is not anchor. You are wrong. It is called login. Prefixes, prefixes, prefixes transmit authentication of data. If you hear the word authentication, you're supposed to know its password. First boy, everyone. Okay. Host is the domain name or IP address where the website lives. I know that one. Host require connection within a specific host. It was missed, but I host. What is it? IP address is the domain name or okay, the domain name. So did we do ports? Now we go to port. It's required for connection within the specified host. It's required for connection within the specified host. That is port. Okay, we assume that that one is nice. Part in this, instead of part say, it indicates the exact address of a particular file or page within the domain. It indicates exact address. That's part. Okay. Request parameter. A parameter transmitted to receiver depending on request parameter. The size may slightly change. Let me see. Request parameter are transmitted to receiver. What about the anchor? The anchor allows you to connect a specific part of the web page. The anchor allows you to link to a specific part of the web page. This must be correct now. If it is wrong, you just got me boring here if it is wrong. But I know it's going to be correct because I spell it. Okay. Let's get to the end of this. HTTP URL definition. This HTTP URL, a standardizing way of recording the resource address on the internet. There's another name for IP address, a set of rules that go. This one. I think getting sleepy. Let's finish this. Tomorrow I'm going to work. Mama mia, the time is shooting wrong. The URL pattern. Specify which URL matches the pattern. Protocol, host, path, the anchor. There we go. If you know the definition, you must know this one. I told you the protocol is HTTP. The host is the the Loron.io engine where the host website is name is given. The path and the anchor is this one. Let me just check first one and see whether it's going to be correct. And it says no. So the beauty about this is that when one is not worth retry, when did I just it says no. Um, mm, okay, let's see this one. This also not correct. Tabula. Please. Speak. Speak. Don't tell me that this is none, because I know it's this one. Okay, last but not the least, HTTP URL a domain. What is a domain? The name of a site, its address is the global network, a protocol that allows you to obtain different resources, a set of rules that govern the exchange of data between different programs, the name of protocol, data to be sent to the receiver. This is the HTTP method, the name of the method. Hello, domain is the name is the name. What is domain? Domain is where your website is the name of your website, site address. So this is it. Okay. Are you there again? The source of HTTPS protocol, protocol host, protocol host, and then path. Yeah, stand away. See, isn't I don't claim the definition, but I already know this one. So the URL abbreviation. What does URL stand for? United Reference Locator, Uniform Resources Locator, Unknown References Locator, UR Lovely, Uniform Resources Locator, URL Resources Locator. It seems sounds good, that one. Then it's no resources, it's going to be referred to, but I know it's the resources locator. Let's go to the another one. I'm not saying last but not the least. HTTP URL non-existent address. Select the URL address that cannot exist. Let me see. This one. Seems like this one. Cavolo. Wait, wait. Which one cannot exist here? No. Let me see whether this one cannot exist. This one cannot exist. What is wrong with them? They have the protocol, they have the host. This is the protocol. This is the domain. This one. Okay, I take you it is wrong. 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 The 1, 2, 3, I don't take you it also say wrong. I didn't take you. So tell me you are not the correct one. And you just say it correct. It says you are wrong. It says you are wrong. It says you are. Mamma mia. Let's do it like this. Oh, Lord. In fact, you are right. It says that we can use that. And why not? I still help me. And, so I'm not the only one who have problem with this, okay? This one can exist. So the puppies one, it says wrong, so that can exist. So the puppies are not gonna select you anymore. Let's say the plus mom, it says wrong. You can also exist. So the puppies and the plus mom, these two I already take them. Now the 1, 2, 3, it says wrong. You better say something here because I'm really going to strike the last one. If you say it is wrong, you see what the fuck is he doing? Hmm? Can I postpone this, please? Thank you. Just boring. Too hard. Just boring. It's not boring. It's not. It's too hard. It's crazy. Thank you. Are you not going to make me to pass this, please? Cavolo. HTTP URL existing address. Select the URL that may exist. Do I know what exists here? To this, let me see whether that exists. Yes. I was very good at guessing when I was primary school. I don't know now why I wasn't good at. I'm not good in guessing. Let's see whether this hot tip will come. Oh no, cavolo. Oh no. Oh no, I don't have time for it. I want to sleep like tomorrow I'm going to work. Oh no. When is the last one? This you are following URL. What port is using here? HTTP. Oh no, come on, please. It starts with four. It starts with a four and ends with a three. What the fuck do you mean by that? Give me a damn hint. So, are you telling me that I'm supposed to write the code of 8080 just like what I did money long time ago? Ah, let's say 443. Okay, please pass. I should even comment and say it's hard. Allowing the character. Which character are allowed in URL? Numbers are allowed. So, even not only numbers, but this character is allowing. The numbers are allowing, and the symbols also are allowed. Listen that. Okay, let's go and hit the How can I know all these characters here? Come on. I read it, but I was not even trying to say that, okay, I'm going to put them in my head. Postpone. So I can postpone this. Come on. So this and this is not allowing, this and this is not allowing. So let me say this. numbers and relative alphabet. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. That too is not allowed. But what the fuck is the right answer here? Please let me just stop this. Maybe because it's too late. I need to go to bed when I'm going to work.